Today's guest is Ben Adams. Ben is heavily involved in the Utah local music scene, both as a member of the band Southernmost Gravy and the owner of one of Utah's newest music venues, Ben's Basement. Welcome, Ben.
Hey, thanks
Hey
for having me.
man, thanks for being on, man. It's a pleasure to have you. So
Yeah,
so you just opened up a venue in Draper, Utah, is that right?
yeah, it's pretty cool considering like it's like a DIY
Yeah.
venue. I would say it's like in a home, so it's pretty chill, cool vibe. It's pretty comfortable too, which is always fun for venue. But yeah, I opened it I think um right before November. I think then our first show
Okay.
was like towards the end of November, which was cool. But yeah, so that's kind of
That's
a little
awesome.
bit about it.
So how'd you decide to start it? What made you want to open a venue in the first place?
Well, honestly, I guess it was kind of because of COVID, because I've seen all these venues, getting shut down and stuff. I just wanted to open something to give like musicians like another chance to start playing again. Because I know like a lot of stuff down in Salt Lake are closing, just because of COVID. So I just wanted to open something small that like falls over the COVID precaution stuff. Just to have fun. Um, and all the musicians who have played so far, they love it. Just to get back on stage, stuff again. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
No, yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure they do love it. It's too bad what's happening with all
Yeah,
the venues. We're hoping that soon things can get back to normal, but
for
that's
sure.
awesome that you've been able to find success in that. We've been following your stories and everything that you've been
Yeah,
posting for a while now, and it looks awesome, man. The venue,
yeah,
we're
it's super
excited to go
cool.
out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's has it been a challenge opening it in COVID?
Honestly, not really. I would say just I guess getting the momentum was the kind of the hardest, which we've kind of gotten a little bit. We're definitely pushing it more than we used to, so we can get more exposure for it. Get more artists to play. Yeah, but yeah, it hasn't been that hard. Just getting musicians to come play, inviting the fans, and that just get some more exposure for us, which is simple considering we're a small business. I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. What are your long term goals for the venue? Do you want to grow this venue in this same building, or kind
Yeah,
of?
I kind of I guess want it just to be a place that musicians can come, hang out and play music. And I guess for long term goals, I guess just have it be a home for like just a central for musicians to come gather, network and stuff, which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really hope so.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's
Mhm.
fantastic. Well, you're also a keyboardist in a band. So tell us a little bit about your experience playing other venues and how you wanted to incorporate the things that you liked from playing with those venues into your venue.
For sure. So, obviously, like the venues we play are much larger than like here per se. Um, I guess the other venues what I incorporated into this small home venue is just the, um, I guess music aspect, the lighting aspect, stuff like that. Because we have a lot of cool effects. We have like a lot of lighting we do in here. We have good like sound, speakers, audio, stuff like that. So that's like what I wanted to get. The thing I wanted to make different though is making it more of a connection with the fans and the musicians. Because like when you go to a show, like a bigger sized venue, you don't really get to have that connection, with the musicians. Like you don't really get to talk to them after. You don't get to like see behind the scenes and stuff. Well, here,
Yeah,
since it's small enough, you have that connection, which I also want to just, because that's cool. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, that's kind of what is different from this venue than other venues, having that connection with fans and stuff and the audience.
That's fantastic. That
Yeah.
I love that. That's a really good goal because that's totally true. That's
Hmm.
probably the most important aspect of live shows is that connection between the audience and the artists on stage. So that's fantastic that
Yeah.
you highlight that so well. What's your max capacity? I don't know if
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and that's another thing. So, kind of how this venue works, we have three different stages. One where I'm in right now, the second one kind of like in the living room, and the third one outside that we do during the summer. It's a cool one. Pretty much how we do our show, like to have that connection, as I said before, we limit it to like small groups of like 15 per show. Um, just so like not a lot of people are there. It's kind of like a more private show, I would say. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's usually our capacity. We've done shows with like 30 people. And then when we did a summer concert outside last year, we had about 60. So that was pretty cool. We'll definitely expand. we definitely want to expand it after like COVID's over and stuff. But for now, that's kind of where we're at, 15 per show usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
So,
That is really nice for that whole kind of more collected, I guess. It's all kind of one environment. Kind of one
yeah.
movement. You don't. I like that a lot, actually. I think that's kind of a unique experience in and of itself. That whole
Yeah.
close
It's like a mix of
celebration.
like a home show and like just a regular venue, which I love too. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty fun to do.
that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well. So tell me a little bit about your experience in booking the artists around here. How does that typically go? Have you had challenges doing that during COVID, or has it been pretty easy?
Most of it, I would say, has actually been pretty easy. I think one of the biggest people we were going to get here, but we had to reschedule it last year because of COVID, was James the Mormon, if you've heard of him,
Oh
which
yeah,
was, that was going to be an
totally.
insane show. We're trying to reschedule that too. And if you know who Jay Warren is, we're trying to have him
Hmm.
hop on, and he's definitely interested. Then the singer Foreign Figures, we had a show, or we were going to have a show with him in January, but COVID kind of canceled that too. So we're rescheduling that to this month or next month. So yeah, honestly, it's not that hard, even though like these are big names. Obviously, they just
Yeah,
want to play something because they haven't
yeah,
been able to play a lot during COVID, obviously. But for like smaller bands, it's yeah, they just want to come up play, because
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it's pretty easy overall. I haven't really faced any big challenges yet, um, which I hope not to. Um,
Yeah,
just keep things chill for now. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I would say overall it's pretty easy. It's nice. It's smooth. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What advice would you give to somebody who's looking to book a show? I know when you're a new artist, it's often intimidating to reach out to venue owners and try to get a showtime. So, what advice would you have for new artists?
Yeah, well, if you're a new artist, if you have like friends in bands, like ask them saying, "Hey, can we like join you guys on a show or something?" Because I mean, that's how we got our first show. We have some friends at school. I just said, "Hey, can we open for you like at a show sometime?" Then from there, we just started expanding, getting more shows. And if you don't want to take that route, I guess you can just honestly just like message the owner. Like owners are super
Yeah,
chill. I
yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's super chill. You shouldn't worry about it at all.
Not very not intimidating. Not another
You just have to
kind
figure
of
out the right wording, and you should be fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So what's a key lesson then you've learned while you've been starting and running this venue? What's something maybe that you didn't foresee, but you learned it and yeah, a key lesson.
Um, honestly, I would probably just say, um, like pushing how hard you think you can push yourself to do stuff. Because starting this video, like obviously starting a whole new business is, but like you guys know, like with the new
Yeah,
app and stuff, yeah, it's fun but difficult at the same time. So I guess I just
yeah,
learned like push yourself to what you think you can do, which I love doing. I've done like mini festivals, doing a new festival up in May. So I guess it's
it's
just
just
like what I've learned is just do what you can, just have fun, but like don't go too much that you just forget about like the other things, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Because that's what
yeah,
like I kind of learned that the hard way at the beginning of last year. I started like doing all these festivals, all these stuff, and like I just couldn't keep track of them. So I had to like
yeah,
kind of reschedule shows. But like now I'm just keeping it like, chill, like maybe like 5 shows a month, stuff like that, just to not like push myself too much, but still like do it so I can still have fun doing it. So
yeah,
I get
yeah. No,
yeah.
that's
Mhm.
that's fantastic. So you mentioned festivals. Then you've put on festivals before at your venue?
Yeah. So, well, I haven't done one yet at this venue, but I've done one at my school for a fundraiser. We raised
Oh, cool.
around 10K, which is insane. Um,
Nice.
in like a single night with some bands. Um, and then I have a festival coming up in May at the Boardwalk up in Orem that I'm excited about. It's gonna feature about 22 different musicians, so I'm excited for that. And then during the summer, we're planning on doing something here at the outdoor stage with about like 10 musicians. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, so
That's
I do
awesome.
festivals too. They're fun to put on,
So
I'll
what's
say.
the theme of the festival in May that's coming up? What's the goal of that one?
Honestly, just to have fun. Because
Yeah.
so the venue, about 2 weeks ago, they only had capacity at 50. Now they're going to like 150,
Mm,
in that range. So I just like, yeah, let's just do a festival. It's a 2-day festival too. So like 300 people in total. And then, yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited for it. We have some
Yeah,
cool musicians lined up that
it's
we'll be announcing
fantastic.
soon. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, unannounced, unannounced. That's awesome. What
Yeah.
are the dates in May?
May 14th and May 15th, Friday
May
and Saturday.
14th. Nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's the day I'm getting married. Actually, May
Oh,
14th.
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Thanks. I was gonna say if it's not over the wedding or honeymoon, I'd love to go, but
Yeah.
I'll have to go
Yeah.
to the one that you put on at your place.
Yeah,
You said
definitely.
you said the summer you're hoping to put it on.
hmm Yeah, like
That's
June,
fantastic.
mid-June probably, something like that.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so what's an upcoming show then? It looks like you have some artists playing soon.
Yeah. Yeah, this Friday we have this guitarist, Jackson Scott. He's coming from Vicksburg. So that's happening this Friday. He's doing 2 shows here. And then on Saturday we have a band called Soap. He's doing 2 shows too. So that's what's happening this week. And then next week my band's doing a private show here. And then we are, I think that's all we have planned for March. In April we have a few more bands booked. And then yeah, we're just getting other musicians that we had to reschedule, like AJ Michaels from Foreign Figures. We're just getting those all rescheduled for April, hopefully. So yeah,
Oh
that's kind of
yeah,
what it's looking like for now, which is cool.
yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I actually we had tickets to the show with Foreign Figures.
Yeah,
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 we
I saw
we
that.
had, but yeah, it's things happen, especially with the
hmm
COVID times. It's everything's just kind of all super wishy-washy.
For
But
sure.
yeah. So you've been involved in the music scene, the Utah music scene for a while. Have you lived here your whole life in Utah, or did
No,
you come to?
so I lived in Indiana, and then when
No.
I was about 6, 7ish, I moved to Utah, and then when I was like 14, probably, that's when I really got into the music scene. Um, and yeah,
That's awesome. So what would you say, in your opinion, is the special kind of force, I guess, behind the Utah music scene? What's unique about here?
honestly, just the talent. Like I know probably most states say that about their own state. Like Utah just has a different vibe. It's like I guess more connected, especially like Provo or music scene. That's like
Yeah.
exploding right now with a bunch of big like artists like Fun Figures, National Parks, those people. It's like exploding down there, which is cool to see. And yeah, I guess Utah is it's kind of like a family, I would say, of musicians. Like most musicians know each other. There's a lot of networking that goes on here, especially. Um, so yeah, I honestly don't know what's unique about Utah. I just, it just is for some reason. It just has that way of doing music stuff, which is super cool because Utah, it's like
Yeah.
our state.
Yeah.
So that's cool to
Exactly.
see music growing, um, especially. And I know a lot of musicians too have moved to Utah. I don't know if it's because of the music scene or just Utah. Like I know Post Malone lives here, Logic,
Yeah.
then some other cool people live in Utah now, which is cool. So yeah,
I
Utah.
didn't
I
know
think
Logic did.
yeah he lives down in Alpine actually, which is
Wow.
insanely close to me, which is cool. Um, yeah. But yeah, a lot of musicians have definitely found the way of, kind of just exploring Utah, its music, its venues, stuff like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that is cool. I like what you said about the family type of
hmm
feeling around here.
Yeah.
That's something that we've experienced as well. It feels like everybody does kind of know of each other,
hmm
in a roundabout way, and I think that's really cool, and that's why I think it's super cool that you have this venue that you've just
Yeah.
opened up, because more outlets are always better for musicians to play. I think that's an important connection that they need with their fan base. So
Yeah.
that's very respectable. So
hmm
as far as your own band goes, in your Southernmost Gravy, I believe that's the name, right? Southernmost
Yeah.
Gravy.
hmm
So you play keys in that band. How long have you been playing with that band?
Uh, probably. I think we started the band last year in January, like at the end of January. Um, and yeah, so it's been a little bit over a year now, which is cool.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, because I know a lot of bands in Utah, they like start a band, but then like it just kind of dissolves like within a few months, which it's
yeah,
sad, but we just kind of, we've had a lot of member changes too, but
Oh, yeah.
we have a solid lineup for members now, which is fun, awesome. Yeah, I've been
That's
playing with them
fantastic.
since it first started, so that's cool.
That's really cool. So what are your goals with them? Do you see yourself long term being more on the venue end of things or more on the music end of things? The I guess musician end of things.
Yeah, honestly, in the middle. I love doing music. I do multiple instruments like the piano, cello, drums, stuff like that. So I definitely love doing the music side, but then I also love hosting events and stuff because that's like another passion of mine. So I guess
Yeah.
kind of in the middle because like doing like hosting music events is combine the two, like it's awesome. And most of the events I do like festivals and stuff, I can just get my band to play in it, which is like a mix of both of what I love to do. So yeah, I guess kind of just in the middle. That's what I'm thinking of for now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, both are great things, right? They're
Yeah.
both awesome. Oh,
Mhm.
that's awesome, man. Well, so recently you just hosted the local Utah Music
Yeah.
Awards. So what? Kind of tell us the deal there. What went on with that?
Yeah. Let me see. I think I actually have an award, right? Yeah. Yeah. Here's one of the awards from the. It's kind
Oh,
of backwards,
nice.
but yeah, that's what the awards look like. They're custom
Yeah.
made. The cool things about the
Wow.
guitars, like you can see the mountains
Yeah.
inside, like in the A and the like right there, like this, like it's just super customized. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so pretty much
That's
one of
awesome.
my dad's workers friends customized 13 of these for the 13 different awards, and then that's what we used. And they look super dope. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Well, I was excited how they turned out, and all the
Yeah.
musicians that got them love them. Um, and yeah, they was super happy with them. But yeah, the local Utah Music Awards, that was a fun event. I put that together in like less than 3 weeks, which is crazy because usually I give
Wow.
myself like 3 to 5 months to like plan this big of an event.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do something to start off the new year because it was in January. I was like, cool. I started contacting a venue to host the event, which was the Rise. They said, yeah, we're down. It will be our last event too. So that was cool to have this the last event before they like move to
Yeah.
a different location. But yeah, I just messaged venues, messaged musicians to come play like a song, like an actual award show. Then I just contacted the nominees, and they all showed it. Turned out to be a pretty successful event, and we had like I think 15,000 votes on the Google Forms for the
Wow.
musicians, which is crazy considering how short of a time we had, to like promote this whole thing.
Yeah.
But somehow I did
15,000.
it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
that's insane.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it was a fun
fantastic. So
event to do.
yeah. So that's kind of what determined the whole thing. Then were those votes? Was it just a public vote for him?
Yeah, and I guess the reason I wanted to do it too, there isn't really, much awards going around in Utah.
Yeah.
So I just decided to do this, and then, yeah, none of these decisions for the winners was like my choice. Pretty much how we did it. After the first week of me announcing it, we put up a like nominee form where people could like type in names of who they think should go in like the final voting form. That was up for a week.
Oh,
Then the next week, that's when like the voting form went out with 6 nominees in each category. And then from there, that's where we got the winners from. Um,
that's awesome,
but yeah,
man.
yeah, it's
That's
cool.
really cool. So do you see that as being an annual thing,
Yeah, I
or is it kind of
mean,
one off?
yeah, like after the event, some of my helpers that helped me with it, we were talking about doing it next year too, probably around the same time. Um, so yeah, we're definitely planning on doing it with like more categories this time too, because this time we only had 13 categories and they weren't really like that detailed. They were just like favorite rock band, stuff like that. Next year we
Oh
want to
yeah.
do like best game music, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe best movie score, something like that. So we want to add like more categories so like more musicians in Utah can get the chance on getting like exposure.
That's awesome. I totally support that whole thing. I agree with you.
Yeah,
There's not enough local music awards,
yeah,
stuff like that. And 15,000, that's fantastic. That's
yeah.
a
It's
good
crazy to
reception.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So the guy who made the plaques, then you said it was your dad's friend.
Yeah, my dad works. He's a dentist, and one of his coworkers, her husband, kind of like does this stuff for like a living and stuff. And so we
Oh,
just asked her to help us, and then he was like, sure. And yeah, he got this design up, did a rough draft, we liked it, then he did the final product, and yeah, that's
that's
super
awesome,
cool.
man. Yeah, no, that looks fantastic.
Hmm.
I hadn't seen what they had looked like before, but that
Yeah,
looks awesome, man. That's totally
yeah, that's super cool.
yeah, that's great. Well, awesome. So we talked about the festival coming up in May and the one that you hope to host in June. Do you have any
Yeah.
other big events that you have planned other than just kind of regular shows coming up in the future?
Honestly, just shows. My band is planning on doing like a mini tour in the summer.
Oh,
Um,
fun.
so that'll be fun down in Rexburg, and then like some in Utah, like Logan, St. George, stuff like that. So we'll be going all around the place, kind of in this area. So that'll be fun. Then in the fall, I'm trying to do another festival for my school. Um, so that's in the works too for now. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Well, hey, well, thanks for your time, man. We really
yeah.
appreciate you coming
Thanks for
on the
having me.
show, and yeah, it's been great to get your insight and to get your kind of experience and
Mhm.
your I guess hear about your involvement. You know, we
Yeah.
love reaching out to and connecting with people in the music scene, and that's
Mhm.
fantastic what you're doing. We totally support you, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help you out.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. We should
you
definitely
know,
do like some cool event sometime because
totally, yeah.
you guys definitely know what you're doing with all this stuff, which is cool.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah,
You know, we're just trying to figure it out, but you know, you look really well established too, and honestly, the idea of your venue is we were excited about it from the time that you opened.
yeah,
It would be awesome to collaborate and work together
hmm,
and you know, stay in touch going forward. So
for
yeah,
sure.
thanks again for your time. Bowie, do you have any other questions that you'd like to ask?
Yeah, if a band is wanting to book a show at your venue, where do they contact you? And also, like, what are your socials so people can know where to find you?
Um, yeah, so booking an event, they can just email me like at I'm not Ben Adams at gmail.com, or they can send the venue a DM. The Instagram is Ben's Basement Venue, just on Instagram. So that's kind of socials. My Instagram is just I'm not Ben Adams. Pretty cool name.
Yeah,
But yeah.
fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that sounds great. We'll put that in the post, and we'll try to, you know, get you as much recognition as we can in that regard. And
Cool.
yeah, thanks again, man. We'll stay in touch and have a great rest of your evening.
Sounds good. You too.